Freshwater fish are in catastrophic decline with one-third facing extinction, report finds.
Here's a summary of the article.
New research shows that one-third of all freshwater fish now face extinction. According to a report published Tuesday by 16 global conservation groups, 18,075 species of freshwater fish inhabit our oceans, accounting for over half of the world's total fish species and a quarter of all vertebrates on Earth. About 200 million people across Asia, Africa and South America rely on freshwater fishers for their main source of protein, researchers said in The World's Forgotten Fishes report. Despite their importance, freshwater fishes are undervalued and overlooked, researchers said, and now freshwater biodiversity is declining at twice the rate of that in oceans and forests. Nowhere is the world's nature crisis more acute than in our rivers, lakes and wetlands, and the clearest indicator of the damage we are doing is the rapid decline in freshwater fish populations. They are the aquatic version of the canary in the coal mine, and we must heed the warning, said Stuart Orr of the World Wildlife Fund. Despite their importance to local communities and indigenous people across the globe, freshwater fish are invariably forgotten and not factored into development decisions about hydropower dams or water use or building on floodplains. Freshwater fish matter to the health of people and the freshwater ecosystems that all people and all life on land depend on, Orr said.
This post received a score of 34,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I haven't eaten seafood in years, but I probably buy from and support corporations that pollute freshwater in ways that I'm ignorant about. It's sad.
Libertarians, listen, so long as every consumer knows everything about every industry, they can make informed decisions. Also, please ignore business-to-business transactions that you have zero insight or control over.
Even if it were possible for everyone to do enough research to avoid supporting unethical companies, the economy would grind to a halt because everybody would be spending so much time trying to find companies they're willing to support. You couldn't trust any third parties to help you because it would be your responsibility to make sure they're not being paid to lie to you. There would also be a ridiculously high barrier to new companies entering a market, because once you've done the work to decide one company is tolerable, you have to be incredibly motivated to do it again with a new competing company. In the real world, libertarianism is just feudalism with extra steps.
We have never solved a systemic pollution problem through individual action. It's pure fantasy. Imagine trying to buy the most low-carbon, say, toilet paper. Even if that information were public and correct, you still don't know about the pollution from the transport companies contracted to bring it to you. It could be just a subsidiary of a giant unscrupulous company. They could have changed their practices or been bought out since the last you looked it up. Better have a good filing system for future reference. You're absolutely right, it'd be a full-time job at least.
I have some land near one of the biggest rivers on Poland, Warta River. There was over 45 species of big, freshwater fish in it back in 1970s. Latest river census reported only 6 species remaining. The rest is gone thanks to overfishing and pollution. Fuck every government that doesn't respect nature. You fucks will be the end of us.
In the 1990s there were insects everywhere where I grew up. Playing outside was half playing with my friends and half playing with butterflies. Remember how many insects spattered on your parents' car's windows? How many insects have you hit recently? Edit. This also goes unnoticed because each generation grows up with their own normal. Less than 100 years ago a school of whales could stretch from horizon to horizon. Granddad shrugs and nods to the beams of the house, propped up by a 9-foot-long fishbone.
Great point. One of humanity's flaws is the inability to recognize the timescale of humanity compared to the life of the planet. We are destroying this planet in the snap of a finger compared to the Earth's history. It's so sad.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.